Canada
Amateurs, now
GDP.
is the time for Fed to act to bring down high inflation.
This will be the last Canada GDP we ever do. If it doesn't have a fantastic move and a good profit, I'm done with it. Anyway, let's start the recording. It can only take so much. The Fed, very, very, very concerned about inflation. Not good Fed news. Welcome everyone to the Pro Trader Room Plus, Canada GDP, the quarterly employment cost index, and we will stay in the room for the market opens and revise University of Michigan. My name is Lee Goldstein, the trading director at 10 Minute Trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. All right, so first things first. Normally, I don't like to trade the gold open um, when there is other news. And so there's this other news report. Years ago, we used to trade this quarterly employment news. I'm going to just show a very quick video on it. It was a really good moving report years ago. And then it just kind of fell off the face of the earth. Nobody paid attention to it. Now, right chart was the look at that move. It looked like a jobs report. That's how this report used to move back in 2024. And then it just completely stopped working. So I'm going to set up, I'm going to trade the gold open with micros. So I'll trade gold with micros. Gold's been very, I've been struggling. I'm struggling with one account that I have, a funded account. Every single trade, I'm serious, I'm down $200 scalping this morning. Every single trade I've taken in this new funded account, every single scalp has been a loser. Every single one. I haven't had one trade go my way, and it's my own fault. So I've been breaking all my rules. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've just been, you know what? I haven't been breaking all my rules. But trading at the wrong time is not smart. And that's what's been killing me on that account. So I
We have
need to
posted
save that
Centralink's
account.
speech
It's a
on the
good
feed for those
funded account.
interested.
It's a small one. It's different from all my others. I don't want to blow it up. So I am going to trade it later. But for now, I'm going to trade micro gold on the gold open with our new setup. I'm going to put a couple of different setups on a micro gold chart. Okay. We also have Canada GDP at
We'll
8:30.
also
I'll
post the
set that
speech on
up in a
Fed's
minute.
Cow in the feed for those interested.
Canada GDP has basically stopped working. It just doesn't move the market. Just to give you a quick
Hassett now on
heads up
Kate
on
says,
it,
think we could stay where we are. So currently National Economic Council's Hassett speaking on Fox Business.
the Canada GDP, sometimes it moves 8 ticks, 6 ticks. It is just not a very tradable report. That's the reality. In the old days, it used to be very good to trade, but it has just completely stopped working. Looking at a spike sheet, no move in June, no move in April, March, no move, December, no move. Look at that. But there were two that worked. 2,
Bank of England's Pill says looking for signs of
January
self-sustaining
and
price settings.
February. That's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. All right? Long time ago, galaxy far, far away. Micro gold open. First things first. You know the routine. Put a reverse continue on the chart. Target I like to use is 50. The stop I use is 50. Micro gold is a $10 a tick instrument. $1 a tick instrument. And I'll label it MGC reverse continue. Then we will add a magnet to the chart. But since I hit breakout, let's put the breakout on first. So I'll load my template for the gold open. I always forget if I called it GC open or gold open. I think I called it the gold open, but I'll get to GC first, so we'll check that first. GC new open. All right, date it today, the 31st. Here's our setup for the 820 gold open. I don't think this employment report is all that big, and that's why I'm willing to trade the gold open. Normally I wouldn't. We'll see. We're going to live and learn. Gold open, 819.59 on the trigger, 20 on the bracket. Position 1 is a 1,
Assets says
position
hard to
2 is a
motivate
1,
interest rate hikes
position
with the
3
current
is a 1.
data.
Target 1 is 12, target 2 is 25, target 3 is 45, our stop is 30. If I hit target 1 stop move, I'm going to move my stop to break even. I'm going to label it GC open. Right now I'm on sim, apply an OK, because I'm going to check the bracket with the charts on sim. When you turn on a trade with the time set to 0, your brackets will trigger as soon as there is price movement. There has to be price movement to get the trigger. All right? To get the trigger of the brackets. Now I'm going to go back, highlight the breakout, put the time back to 8
Bank of England's
instead of
Pill says
0,
key
0,
data will be margins,
819,
cost, wages, and prices.
59. It didn't look like it moved last night. Nitten? I looked at it, didn't look like it moved. 819.59, 20 bracket. Position 1, 2, and 3 are all ones. One contract for each. 12, 25, and 45 on our targets. Stop of 30. Now, I will say on the Kaishin report, which is now called Rating Dog Manufacturing, it's had 3 to 4 winners in a row without looking at the DMM from yesterday. I'm sure it had 3 winners in a row, maybe 4 out of 6. So, and I did mention it in yesterday's room that it might be worth trading. Now, using 3 contracts on copper, that's like trading 3 ES contracts, and that means a small move gives you a decent profit. 12.50 a tick. So that's the way to deal with small moving reports also. Add a contract. All right, so we're ready for the gold open. Going to leave it on sim just for a minute. Let me put my magnet on this chart. Leaving it off. Don't want my orders on, just the magnet. The stop is the only thing I'm really changing, making it 50. Micro gold, remember, I'm trading. Label it MGC magnet. MGC magnet. Everything's in the same account. And I'm going to load one more breakout. One more breakout for the 8:30 trade. All right. Employment cost index. We're going to trigger. It's a breakout. 829.58. 20 bracket. If we don't get a good move, I want to be able to cancel. All right. 20 bracket. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 30. I'll use a stop of 35. It's $1 a tick. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 30. Target 1 stop move. I will go to break even. 829.58 on the trigger. Bracket of 20. Choose the positions you want to trade. All right. I'm trading a 2-position trade. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 30. My stop is 35. Label it GC breakout. And we can test the bracket if we have time. I'm going to save that template because I'm going to load it on my way right chart. So it's employment cost, today's date. If you put quarterly next to it, Q, then you'll know you're on the right report when you look it up. All right. So the reason I wanted the template in particular, first let's turn on our trade. So we have our gold open, 820. All right. Gold open, 820. Brackets arranged. Micro gold magnet. Micro gold reverse continue. All right. Our 830 GC breakout, we don't put that on now. We'll put it on at 830. But I'm going to also put it on my chart on the right in case for some reason we don't get out of the gold open and it's, maybe it's making money and it's a great move. Just putting the backup strategy on a different chart in a different account. I'm not going to trade it in a funded account, I don't think. But let's load the template. I don't think it's gonna move. So I don't think it's gonna move. That's my opinion. Employment, or it's gonna move big. It's not gonna be a middling.
Hashet says expect AI productivity
So
will
employment
push inflation down.
cost index is what I thought I called it, right? 731.26. 829.58. This is it. Bracket of 20. Target of 10. Target of 30. Stop of 35. So this is a backup. All right. I'm just going to call it backup. Back employed. All right. And I will trade it. Oh, in the funded account, I'm trying to fix. It's not a very big risk. Take a shot. So I'll check the bracket on that chart. Set the time to 0 to check your brackets. Right? Make sure your account is on SIM when you check your brackets. Apply it and OK it. Put your chart on SIM when you check your brackets. Spread it a little bit. backup
Order
employment
submitted.
is right there,
Order
and
canceled.
that's beautiful. Right click, make it a real trade, highlight the breakout, put the time correct to 8:29, update
And
the
Hassan says that the
account,
10-year Treasury yield climb is temporary matter.
update the account, apply it, okay it, and then update the account on your chart trader. And hopefully I won't even need to do it. So we have our gold open, which is turned on, and now listen, the gold opens at 20. Canada trap trade. So I have a bunch of strategies already on my Canada chart. MNQ magnet, changing it to 6C magnet. Canada, not in a funded, only in an eval. 50 on the stop. All right, 50 on the stop. Canada reverse continue. I really don't expect to trade a Canada reverse continue. 35 target, 35 stop. Just make sure you label it 6C. Reverse continue. Make sure you're in the right chart, right account. And we'll put the trap trade on quickly because the gold open's coming. Triggering at 829.55. 829.55 is our trigger. Our stop is 20. Tier 1 is 10. Tier 2 is 18. Tier 1 is 10. Tier 2 is 18. Label it trap 6C. Trading it in an eval. Make sure position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Okay. Stop is 20. Make sure you're in the right account. Apply it. Okay it. And make sure we don't have to do it yet. All right. So right now, let's just watch this
And Hassan
chart
is
here
reiterating the praise of Jones
for
Act
the
waiver
gold
for
open.
oil prices.
All right. Watch this chart here for the gold open. That's what we're doing first.
Exxon says that Europe is doubling down on very bad policy versus the industry.
I'll keep my news off to the side this morning. Right now, there's no news. The gold open does not generate news, quote
So seeing here,
unquote.
Moonshot's Kimi built on 20,000 NVIDIA chip clusters via Alibaba. So again, Moonshot's Kimi built on 20,000 NVIDIA chip clusters via Alibaba.
Twenty seconds. Now the gold open, we have a 1 minute rule. If it doesn't fill in a minute, we cancel. That's our
Order
rule.
submitted.
Gold's been so strange
Asset says we'll
today.
continue measure to keep oil prices down if needed.
You know, it's down $47, but I've gotten killed on upward moves every time. It did finally test the low after stopping me out on the move up before it. So I don't particularly care for this gold open. It's 30 seconds. It went 19 ticks up, failed. So let it, if it fills short, I'd probably let it. I think
Order
I just
submitted.
don't think there's a commitment here. That's the
Reminder,
problem. I
8:30
just
a.m.
don't think it's committed.
Eastern Time, we're expecting the Canadian GDP month-on-month forecast 0.2%, prior
All right.
0.5%,
While we're
expected
watching that,
0.2% to 0.1%.
the Canada trap trade.
Also expecting US employment cost forecast 0.8%, prior 0.9%,
Triggering
range of 0.9% to
829.55.
0.10%.
The stop is 20. All right. Tier 1 is 10. Tier 2 is 18. Label it Trap 6C. Choose the account you're trading it in. All right. Choose the account you're trading it in. Now, I'm trading them both in the same eval, and I have too many contracts to keep my gold open trade alive. So I need my gold
Order
open.
filled.
Okay, we hit our first target. My stop moves to safety. If it reverses, it takes me out. If it hits my second target,
And that concludes Hasset's
I'll do
remarks on
some more
spot business.
trailing. I'll trail a tiny bit because I need to be out of this trade anyway. Let's see if it hits that second target. You could put your if target 2 stop
Order
move,
filled.
target 2 stop move, top of the candle, below the wick. That's my trail. Um, target 2 stop move. You could move your stop, wait for the target 2 to get hit. So we're not going to need our gold trade. We're not going to need our gold trade. And it looks like gold is going to go test the low. So I don't need this chart and I don't need this breakout. Back up employment, okay? Because I'm going to exit that gold trade no matter what before 8:30. Let's go. Hit the low and get out of here. Just hit the low and get out of here, please. Back to Canada. So when you enable your Canada trade,
Order filled.
okay, we hit all our targets. Very nice gold open. Very nice gold open. So I'm turning off the strategy, gold open, and I'm removing it to reduce confusion. Okay? Now I'd rather trade the Canada trap trade on the left. So let's just switch charts rather than redo strategies like a lunatic. I have no problem switching charts. I'm a
Exxon CEO
chart
sees US
switcher.
gasoline prices remaining at elevated levels.
It's like a communist. All right. One chart. Shrink this chart a little bit. Being a little bit neurotic here, sorry. All right, so let's get back to Canada. So we have gold setups in the middle. Let's turn our gold, get our magnet buttons working. There we go. And our reverse continue. Let's go to the Canada chart. So one more time, trap 6C. Positions are up to you. A trap trade puts 2 orders above and below the price. 2 orders above and below the price.
So in 5 minutes' time, we're expecting the Canadian GDP month-on-month forecast at
And if the price
0.2%,
goes
rise
up, we
via
sell. If price goes
0.5%.
down, we
US
buy.
employment cost forecast 0.8%,
Triggering at
rise 0.9%.
829.55. Stop is 20. Tier 1 is 10 ticks. Tier 2 is 18. We put 2 orders above, 2 orders below the price. That's how it works. Label it Trap 6C. Apply it and OK it. Then we have a Canada reverse continue, which I probably won't trade it now. Let's not forget our employment trade also, the gold trade. Let me think about this. I have to trade the gold employment trade in a different account because too many contracts with the Canada trap. Too many contracts. And we have a Canada magnet. All right. And we went over these setups, so we got to go over to our other ones. Let's put our chart trader on the right account. Maybe chart trader on the right account. All right. Trap goes on first. I'm not going to trade a Canada magnet, highly unlikely, but it's on there. So then we have our gold breakout. I'd rather trade it in the middle. 829.58, bracket of 20. I'm going to trade it 1 and 1. Target of 10, target of 30, stop of 35, and I'll trade it in that funded account that's struggling. That's probably a mistake because I don't know what's going to happen with this trade. GC breakout, we haven't seen this report do much of anything in quite a while. So we'll turn it on. All right. Now I like, so there's my gold breakout, right? My gold magnet and my gold reverse continue. Turn on the main trade first. Why? You want your adjust button as close to your current price as possible. What if the bracket shows up and it's all scrunched together because my chart isn't wide enough or narrow enough, right? And what if when the orders go on the chart, there has been price movement prior to the order going on in that nanosecond that the orders go on the chart, there could be price movement that makes it, that puts your price closer to a fill than you might want to be while you're waiting for the news. So you could press the adjust button and recenter the brackets. That's what the adjust button does. I'm watching the news off to the side. Crazy knitting that you got filled in a different direction. If you're watching on YouTube, please check in and send us a message, please. Send us a message. A message in a bottle. Okay, full size gold, different
4 minutes
prices.
remaining. I'll be dealing with Canadian
Different
GBP
prices.
month on month.
We've tested with 20 and 25 brackets on the gold open. The bigger bracket gives you the opportunity to cancel. Gives you a little more time to cancel. All right, so we've got two things going on. We're going to have a Canada trap trade, and we're going to see if the employment cost index moves the market. All right. Does the employment cost index
10
move
seconds.
the market? Now, gold's making a new low before the trade. I hate that.
Order submitted.
0.3%, 0.3%.
Now, see,
Item
the
forecast,
chances of this
0.2%.
trade working are
US
very
employment
slim.
cost, 0.9%.
It made a new low.
0.9%.
The index
Item forecast is 0.2%.
is slightly positive, but because we made that new low at the exact moment, it's inevitable. It's going to stop us out. Inevitable, because it made a new low. Should have canceled the trade, to be honest. Should have canceled the trade. Because you've got gold making a new low, and now it would be generating
order submitted.
A long signal off of that. Hang on a minute. That makes no sense. Oh, yes, it does. Where did I put that? I didn't mean to do that. All right, I'm canceling the Canada trap trade. It didn't even move a tick. The GDP is
Yeah,
higher.
posted the US
It
employment
was a
costs
good
issue
result,
report on the
and it
feed
didn't
today.
even move a tick. It's ridiculous.
Order
That Canada
careful.
trade is an absurdity. It's an absolute absurdity. Now I'm looking to see if I can get gold to reverse off the low. That's what I'm looking to see. I mean, the employment cost, it had a move, but it was extremely choppy. It was extremely choppy. If gold makes another new low, I'll get stopped. If it bursts up, if it goes up, then reverses off the low, then I'll have a chance of hitting a target in that scalp. Now, gold has not been acting this way all morning. Now it's going to decide to act in a way that it tortures me. That's no surprise. Putting the RTY 0926 on the right as we get ready for the opens. Now look, the RTY absolutely had an employment cost index move, but that is an untradeable candle, most probably. You don't know 100% without actually replaying that move because you don't know how fast that was. At the moment, it looks like a untradeable burst and reverse. Okay, it's very possible. Canada, just unfortunately a waste of life, not worth trading. Nitin, these data feeds, well, my bracket was 20. My bracket was
The
20.
Canadian dollar falls to a session low
And
versus the
these
US dollar after
prop
GDC
data
data.
feeds are insane. They're insane. Mad Ricky, nice to see you on the tube. Ricky's a regular streaming member. All right, now we're going to get ready for our 9 o'clock gold trades. All right, 9 o'clock gold trades. So I was thinking, is it bad business if you have a bad day to make a video showing that you had a bad day? Or do you think people like the honesty? Yesterday, I think, was the worst trading day I've had and that we have had that I can remember in years. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. Now look, you have days where every setup works. The worry about making an honest video is that people don't, in this world especially, people don't spend time investigating the truth. So if I made a video saying, hey, we had a lousy day, I don't want to hurt our business by being so honest that it's stupid, right? But I think a video of how horrible yesterday was would be an appropriate video to make. I'm just wondering what you all think. Stupid or people appreciate the honesty? You tell me. You tell me. Calvin, what tell your little Apex you're trying to get paid story. How many funded accounts have you tried getting paid from on Apex? That's exactly, I was thinking very similarly to that, Calvin. Was thinking very, very similar to that. Let's just take a quick look at oil, CL. The last time I looked this morning, oil was quite up. There was an announcement of the Strait, an insurer or a business tanker company basically saying the Strait is completely closed. That's what it was. Now, I'm not dying to stay in this gold trade very long. I'd like to just get a small profit and get out. I have other things to do. I have other things to do. Oil, that high of day, I was looking. No, that was not the high of day. I would have gotten killed if I reversed the high of day I was thinking of reversing. I was thinking of reversing the high of day it made at 8 o'clock, and it kept going up from there. But that was a little bit too close to that negative news announcement about the strait being totally closed. And Francis, that makes sense as well. Definitely makes sense. This is not a good reversal. I can tell you that right now. This is not good reversal behavior. So I'm sorry I didn't get out on the quick. On the quick. This is a reversal trade that, in my mind, the momentum is with us, but it's failing. This trade is failing, without a doubt. You know, I made my commitment. I'm in it. If it makes a new low, it won't automatically stop me out. Oil is up $1.50. Looking at a longer term chart, 2 a.m. oil made a new low and then just started really pushing up. All right. Oil's very bullish. I would be looking at the oil open, around the open, after this sell-off is done. I'd probably be looking for a retest of the high on oil. If we were back to our oil trading fund, I'd be looking for a test of the high as we get closer to the open, closer to 9 o'clock. Okay? That's what I think. Now we have two 9 o'clock trades. Let's make a gold chart first. I'm using micros this morning because there's a whole bunch of trades this morning. The opens and revised University of Michigan. There's a lot to do. I'm just dabbling today, trading normal opens. Normal opens. So on micro gold, we're going to convert our Canadian setups to gold setups on this chart. We'll leave the trap. We have a gold trap at 859.55. Let's load that template for our gold 9 a.m. trap, which I like better than the breakout. I may not trade the breakout. I like the trap at 9 o'clock. Gold 9 a.m. trap.
I'm expecting the US Chicago PMI forecast
859.55, 40 stop. All right, 40 stop. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Trigger tier 1 is 40, tier 2 is 70. Label it trap MGC. Trap MGC. And I'm thinking if I want to trade it in a funded account. Today I'm going to stick with my regular account, the eval. Next week I'll make a decision as to whether I want to trade funded on this trade. I like the gold trap. And the other decision is whether you want to do it with full-size gold. Full-size gold, you can make serious money on this report. Trap trades that work, serious money is possible if you catch a good reversal, right? Nitin, you want to teach the silver trap? Should we watch people blow up their account trading silver? I would trade micro silver if you're going to trade silver. But if you want to put in your micro silver trap trade setup, I'm sure people are curious. So our micro gold trap on this, 850, 955, 40 and 70 on the tiers, and I'm like I said, I'm doing it micro. Doing it micro. Trap MGC, choose the account you're trading it in. All right, apply it. Then I'm going to change my magnet to a gold magnet, micro gold magnet, because that's the chart I'm on. All right, choose the number of contracts. I use a 50 stop most of the time with micro gold for scalps. All right, label it MGC magnet. MGC magnet. I'm going to get stopped. Gold is just torturing me today. I've gotten every wrong direction. Trading, it is the eval. It's not the end of the
Order
world.
filled.
Okay. I'm down $71 in that eval today so far. No big deal. MGC magnet, back to the left chart. Stop of 50, -3, default target. Basically using the magnet for signals. Okay. MGC magnet. We're in the eval on micro gold. And have our reverse continue. Couple of contracts, one position, 35 target. I'll use a 40 stop on the reverse continue today. Label it MGC reverse continue. Apply it, okay it. And our trap trade gold 9 o'clock open is ready to go. Put it on the right chart. Okay. And I'm going to get my open charts. Yesterday we missed a very good trade on the YM because I wasn't ready. So I'm going to put my middle chart on the YM because that's what we trade in the morning. We look for YM magnets. YM 0926. And we have a new range trade on the YM also. Okay. So we don't need to do anything else on our left chart. Turn on the trap. Trap trade should always be turned on first. Chart must be wide enough so you see at the top of your trading chart, you need to see the word cancel. Okay? You need to see the word cancel. Remember what a trap trade is. We put two orders on the chart, right? And let's get our instrument correct. MGC 1226. Okay, that's the instrument we're trading. Now by 9 o'clock, we should be off the low a little bit or made another new low with gold. Gold's pretty crazy. Let me make a note. I'll create a template for the silver trap. So it's also same trigger time, smaller tiers, 25 and 45. Do you use the same setup for both? Is that micro silver? Why don't you type in the symbols? You got SIL and SI. SIL and SI. Remember what you do if you don't know what the contract is. So I'm on the right chart, all the way on the right. If you go to a blank space on the chart, click your left mouse button and type SI, and then scroll down. It'll show you Silver futures are SI. That's the full blown. SIL is the micro. Scroll down. SIL, micro future. Then if you click that, it'll put the proper contract on your chart. Okay? So SIL is the micro. YM. Let's get our magnet on the chart. First things first, we're going to change our gold magnet to a YM magnet. The YM magnet we do differently. I do two positions almost all the time. High of day, low of day, I usually turn it on. Position 1 is a 1. Target 1 tick offset is -3. Position 2 is a 1. Target 2 is 15, 10 to 15 ticks. Today I'm doing 10 and my stop is 40. All right. My stop is 40 and I have to decide what account I'm trading in.
US
So
ban
let's
in
label it YM
Iran
magnet.
imports from 43 more companies over alleged human rights abuses of the Uyghurs. So US bans include
Let's trade
Chinese,
it in a very
Kazakhstan,
good funded
NATO,
account,
Hunan,
an
Ireland
account
Group,
that's growing.
according to the Federal
All
Register.
right. And then we'll change our YM breakout. It was a micro gold breakout, right? No, it was a breakout trade. Let's get rid of that. We don't use a breakout. We use a magnet and a reverse continue for the YM. So we'll change our micro gold to YM. Just one position because it's funded. I'm not going to do, my scalping's been horrible this week. 40 on the stop, one contract, one position. 40 on the target, 40 on the stop. And it's going to be in the same account. Label it YM reverse continue. I don't care what you call things. Just every single setup must have a name. Do you know my name? Why? Because look, what's the magnet? Which one do I want to turn on first? I want my trap micro gold turned on first, remember? Trap, do I see the cancel out of tier button? Yes, I do. Am I being mindful that we're making new lows? This could be a breakout day, unfortunately. Oh, no SIL in Bullinox, only SI, TJ? Okay, next week we're going to add a company. We're going to add a company that hopefully has some symbols that Bullinox doesn't. Bonds, corn. The one thing about cash is if you have enough margin, you can trade whatever you want. All right, trap MGC. Make sure you can see the cancel button. What I was saying is when we get a very strong trend, it makes a possibility of a breakout stronger. Today, we're now down over $60 on gold. The breakout might not, maybe we shouldn't avoid the breakout this morning. Let's see what happens. This morning I am trading the trap, but I'm just telling you thoughts, things you think about when you analyze the market. Things you think about when you analyze the market. Now, you know, streaming streaming can be very embarrassing. I have to be honest, but there are times I have forgotten that I'm streaming. And I've had to remove the video because of disgusting personal things I've done. We're all human. We all are imperfect. And all humans are pretty gross. It's just the reality of life. And anyone who thinks they're special, well, it's not true. You're not. YM magnet. Okay, we have our trap on micro gold. I'm a little bit concerned. We have 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes. I'd like to see this new lows stop being made. And I'd like to see us get a reversal off the low. All right. We have our trap on. The reason the cancel out of tier button is important is a trap trade puts 2 orders above and 2 orders below the current price. When the market goes down, we buy it. When the market sells, we go up. But if only one of the orders fills and the reversal starts to work, you want to move your stop to safety, and that extra order is in the way. Cancel the outer tier is the button you press to get that order out of the way and cancel it. It's not that complicated. Putting on my YM magnet, high of day, low of day. If we break the previous open above my enter there, that's not a bad low test. And then on the high side, really just looking for X amount of ticks because there's no market structure right there. The VWAP probably is the best test on the YM. Watch, we're going to get a VWAP test. So I'm going down to the control panel. Problem is you got to enter right now. Manual entry price or shortly. Manual entry price. Move your order up for a VWAP test, right? It's a little bit early for me to enjoy trading the YM. So I'm in a funded account. No, it's not. Is it? Let me check. No, it's not a funded account. Yes, it is. I did trade it in a fund. I am in a funded account. So I'm more conservative. I'm not sure we're going up at the moment. The YM is bullish, but it's a $300-400 risk in an account. I'm not willing to take that risk, to be honest. So what would you do? Maybe just trade one contract. That's easy enough to do. Go to the magnet, and I'll just trade one contract. So position 2 becomes a 0 on my magnet. That I'm a little bit more willing to do. I'm a little bit more willing to take that risk. Now remember, we're doing a VWAP test. Our order is above our price now, okay? Make sure you put your target on the VWAP. Make sure your manual entry price, target VWAP. Target VWAP. This is the VWAP. If you want to take the trade manually, leave it alone and the magnet entry button will blink purple. Okay? It'll blink purple when you hit the order entry. If you turn on the purple, if the price goes up, it'll fill me for a test of the VWAP. All right? We are looking for our gold trap trade. All right? Now I do have a magnet on that other chart on our gold trap trade. And I always have a reverse continue on every chart. Okay, now we have more of a shot that our trap's going to work. We're off the low. Price can go up. It could go down a little bit. That's the kind of price action I do like to see. I do want to schedule Signal Week, a week where we just trade signals. I think it would be a lot of fun. RTY, we can put our reverse continue on the chart. And we got one contract, 35 stop, 35 target. And I'm definitely RTY reverse continue. RTY has been a great morning trade. That's the trade I'm trying to work on my damaged funded account. And the RTY range trade, same as the YM range trade at 925, right? RTY. Let's rename it. I haven't changed the date on it in more than a week. Load it up. Start the range. Make sure at the top you say range trade. Range end 930.00. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 20. Stop. Target 1 stop move is break even. BE. Stop 35. I'm positive I only hit target 1 yesterday because my stop was too small. Start the range 925.00, 6 ticks above the range, 6 ticks below the range. Show the range graphics on chart. Label it RTY range. Choose the account you're trading in. I promise I'll go over this again. We have half an hour. We have the same setup for the YM. I'm going to put that setup on my YM chart. Why? I'm going to put that setup on my YM chart because if I don't think we're going to have a great shot for a magnet setup, you can trade the range. And you know we completely forgot about our NQ 5-minute range trade. So rather than just trade it today,
The US effective
I'll
federal
test
funds
it
rate
again
currently
this
trading at
weekend, add more
3.68%.
testing to it, see how it's been doing, because we didn't trade it all week. And if it's still looking good, I'll add it back next week. Hey, 10-minute trades, what's your entry and exit point? So unfortunately, I saw your message too late and I just set up like 80 different setups. So we have our trap trades going to trigger now. So
Order
Carol up
submitted.
there, let me know what you're talking about and I'll try to update you. Now I would absolutely rather go up than get filled short long on this trade. I don't want to be filled long on this trap trade. What would I do if, I'm going to let it do what it does. It may stop me out because of that. It's going to fill us long if it keeps going down.
Order canceled.
So watch for a reversal to take place. It only filled one tier. That's not a big enough reversal yet. Now, if I can't, now I would need to cancel the outer tier if I was going to try to move my stop to safety. I would consider doing it.
Order
Cancel
canceled.
the outer tier, stop to safety. Now, it's a profitable trade no matter what. As the reversal continues, if it
Order
does,
canceled.
all right, so look, I probably could have been a little more patient. My concern, however, is gold is just relentlessly on a downward spiral right now. Maybe I'm wrong and it's reversing off this low for the first time in an hour or so, okay? But I was not dying to be filled in that direction. Now that looks like a breakout and a trap that would have worked. Breakout and a trap that would have worked. So maybe we'll go back, we'll trade them both. They're both working. Yesterday the breakout didn't work. I like the trap. Just this 9 o'clock gold behavior seems choppy. What do you mean you had a Doberman that made your eyes water? I don't understand that. What that means. What does that mean? Oh, because its farts were so horrible. Got it. So now, of course, too aggressive with the stop. Watching the YM to see if we're going to get that move up. I'm not going to hang around too long on gold because we want to set up our MNQ trades. Let's go back to the RTY and finish the RTY. So we set up an RTY range trade. That's the first, that's what we were doing for 9 o'clock, 9:30. So we have our RTY range trade. You click News Trader, double click it. You get breakout, and then at the top trade type, you change it to range trade. The range ends at 9:30:00. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. That means one contract for each position. Target 1 is 10 ticks, target 2 is 20 ticks. Stop is 35. Target 1 stop move is break even.
Order submitted.
My YM just got filled. The stop really should be below all this market structure. Let's let it breathe for a minute. The range ends at 925.00. 6 ticks above the range, 6 ticks below the range. Check, show the range graphics on chart. Label it RTY range. Choose the account you're trading in. Now, we're just looking for a test of the VWAP. That's all we're looking for on that YM trade. There's not a lot of momentum. It's very low volume. Okay, done with gold on the left. So I'm turning off my gold setups. The one final thing I'll do is put a magnet on the RTY. I always like looking at signals. And all I'm going to change is the stop and make it 35. Everything else I'm leaving alone. Label it RTY magnet. And it goes in the same account that all my trades on the RTY would be on. All right. So the RTY range can be turned on. The RTY magnet and the RTY reverse continue. See what I mean about market structure? That's really market structure, right? If it breaks that market structure, that makes sense for a stop. It makes a little more sense than just a random 40 tick stop. I'm not loving the price action. We are positive, but we've lost momentum. We have lost momentum at the moment. The YM is up almost 187-ish ticks, points, whatever you want to call it. All we wanted was a test of the VWAP. Wasn't asking for all that much. On the left, we're changing our gold to MNQ 0926. MNQ 0926. Changing our setups to MNQ setups. First thing I'll do is modify the magnet. 100 stop, 100 target. Choose the amount of contracts you want to trade. And usually I turn high of day, low of day on for the MNQ. Usually we're not at the high of day, low of day this time in the morning. More often than not, we'll see. Label it MNQ magnet. Scalping this week, discretionary trading is going to make me curse for the first time in the trade room. I'm going to curse. My MNQ, where are we going to trade it? Where are we going to trade it? Have to pick a funded account at the moment. I will pick the account I'm in the Y. No, I can't use the one I'm on the YM on. I may just do my MNQs in my eval this morning. Give me a second to just think this through, where I want to do them. I'll do it in a funded, another funded account I'm trying to save. I have a couple of accounts I'm trying to save. The MNQ opens are usually pretty good. All right. So the magnet, mostly a signal issue. It's labeled MNQ magnet. I have 100 stop and I have a couple of positions, a couple of contracts on one position. Label it MNQ magnet, apply it. I'm adding new other setups. I'm not trading a trap on the MNQ. We can remove that, highlight it, remove it. And now I have two breakouts to add to the MNQ. Our 925 pre-open. Oh, today's end of the month. Absolutely gonna trade end of the day. Just because the end of the day at this week was poor performance. But overall, the end of the day, I'm telling you, if you just put one account, just trade end of the day, and scalp the end of the day too. That's what I want to do is just one account, end of the day, 50 and 55, and scalp around the close. That's my goal, end of the day. Today is end of month. Sometimes you get a really nice move. So come on, give me my VWAP. Give me my VWAP, please. All right. We had our MNQ magnet. I was explaining it, right? We had our reverse continue on the MNQ. I already explained that. Now we're loading our pre. Now, I'm in a funded account, so I'm not taking a loss on this trade. Do I want to just get out because it's so damn slow? I'm in a funded account. I'm protecting it. I don't care. I'd rather come back to trade another setup in 15 minutes than lose 200 now that it's gone all the way up. I'd rather make 15, protect the account, and come back for another setup. All right.
Order filled.
So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with what it just did. Doesn't bother me at all. I could have closed it right out and made 40ish instead of flat. And it was flat because it moved down fast and there was negative slippage on the fill. That's why you didn't get the couple of ticks profit. Okay, let's get back to our MNQ. We're going to load our pre-open, get our pre-open set. It's a breakout trade. Let me load the template. Next week, I hope I have a new version of software. I hope I make it next week, and a new product and a big webinar that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm trying so hard. There's never enough time in the day to even go to the bathroom. That's the truth. Pre-MNQ is what we're looking for. I know that everybody has the same problems in America. No time. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Pre-MNQ new. This is our new setup. We're going to rename it today's date. Today's date. Load it. We're going to trigger at 924.59. 924.59. 30 bracket. We have three positions. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Position 3 is a 1. Target 1 is 20. Target 2 is 35. Target 3 is 65. Our stop is 50. Our stop is 50. Target 1 stop move is break even. I'm setting the time to 0, 0, and I'll check the bracket. It's labeled pre-MNQ. Leaving it on sim. Apply it and OK it. Put the chart trader on sim.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
The bracket width looks fine. That's all I'm doing that for. Now we'll put our time back to 924.59. What account did I say I was trading my MNQs on? 612. All right. Apply it. And then I'm going to go back to News Trader, put our 930 breakout. Double click News Trader. We're adding another setup. We have 4 setups on the MNQ. I'm going to load my MNQ new open. It's not so new anymore. MNQ new open. We'll right click and date it 7/31. Load it. And I'm not doing anything with it, but I'll tell you what the setup is at 9:30. So here's what to understand. We have a 925 pre-market open volatility trade on the MNQ or NQ. You can use either instrument. That trade we just set up, the concept behind that trade is you do have to exit before 9:30. It's not tested for staying in after the open. It's a pre-open trade. If we've never had an instance where we had to exit it before it exited on its own. But otherwise you cannot trade the 9:30 open. They will interfere with each other. The 9:30 open, it triggers at 9:29.59. The bracket's 30, target of 20, target of 100. The stop is 125. Target 1 stop move is break even. And we're trading everything in 612 on the MNQ this morning. Let's put our chart on 612. Let's double check. So you can check in your control panel, account display name. That's why we name the strategy, right? So I can look, my pre-MNQ, what account is it in? 612. All my MNQs should be in 612. And look, my magnet is not. Oh, I said I was going to do them in 67. That's what I said I was going to do. So my magnet is in 67. Let's do them in 612. I'm fine with that. The YM's in 612 also, but it's only one contract. We're cool. We're okay. So let's change the account that the magnet was on, even though it doesn't matter because I'm not going to actually take a trade from the magnet. It's just wise to put everything in its proper place. So if you do something unexpected, you don't get screwed up. So all the accounts under setup for the MNQ should be 612. That's what I decided. And the chart trader should be on 612. All right. And now I've got my RTY magnet is on, right? But I'm turning on the RTY range first. That's ready to go. RTY reverse continue. Oh, you know what? I can't trade everything in 612, folks. All right, my MNQ has to change accounts. I have too many things in that account. Let's make it simple this morning. All right, reverse is 59. Breakout, 59. Breakout, 59. Apply. Magneto, 59. Apply. Okay. Put the chart on 59. Okay. MNQ. Now we can turn on our pre-MNQ trade. All right. Turn on our magnet second. And now I notice that my magnet reverse continue is mislabeled. It says MGC. I don't want the confusion. Click strategies, go to the reverse continue, and update the label to the correct name, MNQ, reverse continue. I don't want confusion. Apply it, okay it, and now I'll turn that on. And then our 9:30 open is not on because it's not ready to trade. We never put the YM range trade on the chart. Strategy, news trader, change the breakout to a range, just like the RTY setup. End the range at 9:30.00. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10, target 2 is 20. The stop, 35. Target 1 stop move, BE. Range start time. That was the range end time, 9:30.00. The start time, 9:25.00. 6 ticks above the range, 6 ticks below the range. Show the range graphics on chart. New software has range trade auto stop loss. Puts the stop above and below the range. Very cool new feature. Label your YM range.
Chevron produces 280,000 barrels per day in Venezuela, up 17% in
And
2026.
it trades in whatever account our YM ranges are in, our YM setups are in. We're in 611 on our YMs. All right. That's a good funded account. Growing nicely. Let's make sure our chart trader's on that account. You can hover over the account tab, or you could look at it physically. Now, I'm not turning on my YM range. I want to jump off a bridge now because our VWAP waited. If I wasn't such a baby and just let the trade work, we'd be collecting a small, nice little profit right now.
And Chevron say Venezuela output could rise to
It looks
400,000
like
barrels per day
a
by
morning
2028.
where we might do better to trade the range on the YM than a level, because we are at the VWAP and we're pretty far from anything else. I don't think we're going to get to, maybe we'll test the high. I'm going to do a magnet. I like magnets on the YM. I'm going to test for the high of day. So I'm going to go to the control panel, put it on high of day, low of day. If we have to break R1, if we break this area,
US Treasury has informed
I'm
banks
willing
that
to
it may
take a
intervene in
YM
the yen
long.
market
All
on
right.
Friday, according to a source familiar with the matter.
I
We're
think if we
seeing some
break that area, it's
strength
going
in
to
the yen
break
off the
it
back of that move. And
strongly.
again, the US Treasury has informed banks that it may intervene in the yen market on Friday, according to a source familiar with the matter. So again, we're seeing some strength in the yen off the
So
back
we
of
have a
that
couple
headline.
of things going on, right? 2.5 minutes. We have our MNQ open. Good morning, Ken. Couple of minutes. We have our MNQ pre-open.
Chevron
Got a
exploring more
VWAP
power
long
generation deals
signal
with
on the
data centers.
YM. That's no big surprise because we're bullish over 200 points on the YM, right? Hey, what happened on the silver trade, everybody? Oh, silver was a breakout today, not a trap. So, Nitin, I think if you're making new highs and new lows very close to a 9 o'clock trade, the breakout might also be appropriate.
And
It
furthermore,
might
from the source
be
familiar with the matter, US Treasury told a number of banks
something
via
that
New
gives
York
you a
Fed
heads,
that
yeah,
banks
okay,
should stand
a heads
by
up.
for further actions.
Because if you're making, you know, the market likes to move in one direction for extended periods enough so that the moment you put on a directional trade in that direction, it can reverse on you. Now I'm just waiting. We're going to get our MNQ 925 pre-open volatility trade.
Order submitted.
There's our brackets.
Order filled.
Target one is hit and it's going to pull
Order
back.
filled.
No surprise there. You know, it's been pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Look, that's the way I do it. If it hits the first target, maybe what we'll do Monday, I'll do target 2 break even. It'll give us a little bit more opportunity for profit to do a target 2. All right. Right now, we're not seeing a lot of follow through on the long side. Not yet. Once again, the MNQ is insanely bullish and in an unbelievably negative world. It's incomprehensible that these markets are doing what they're doing. It's incomprehensible to me. But that doesn't mean I'm trading in the direction. Let's get rid of our pre-MNQ setup. Now we go to our MNQ breakout, MNQ open. Let's test our bracket. Highlight the breakout. 929.59, 30 on the bracket, 20 and 100 on the targets, stop of 125, setting the time to 0, setting the chart and account to sim, 100 on the stop, testing the bracket management by turning the trade on before the trade triggers.
Order submitted.
That's a good
Order
bracket.
canceled.
Right click, highlight the strategy, highlight the breakout, put the time back to correct, 929.59, 20 and 100 on our targets. Stop is 125, target one stop move is break even. Now put the chart account back on the account we're trading, apply it and okay it. Put the chart trader on the account we're trading. And now our buttons have gone haywire. Let's turn off our MNQ trades for a minute. If your buttons go haywire and all of a sudden you don't see them, you have your magnet is on, but you don't see it, turn on your main trade first. So it's a breakout, 9:30. So I turn that one on first. That's the most important. Okay, that baby's on. Then turn your magnet on second and your reverse continue third. Now, on the YM, see what a little patience. One day I'll learn patience and we'll make a lot more money. YM, I'm looking for a test of the high.
After reports, the US Treasury informed
If I
banks
wanted to
intervene in
trade
yen
the
market.
range, I would just turn off my magnet auto, turn it off by clicking it, and turn on our range. Notice our RTY range is being calculated. Okay.
The dollar yen erasing gains to trade little changed around 159.54.
Now we didn't pull off the VWAP enough to make another VWAP test viable.
1 minute remaining for the market on open imbalance.
Is anybody trading the YM range out there? Nobody's been trading that. Very few people. Very few people. $9.45. Okay, good, TJ. Let me know what happens. 9:45. There is Chicago PMI, which has been an awful report to trade. We used to trade it. We don't even bother anymore. But it can move the markets. So just be aware that that's taking place at 9:45. Now, my main concern is the
10
RTY
seconds.
because I'm trying to help that damaged account. RTY
submitted.
orders.
S&P
Order
500
filled.
buy
Order
side
filled.
140
Order
million.
submitted.
Nasdaq 100 buy side 103 million. Dow 30 buy side 100
I'm going to
million.
get stopped on the
Order
filthy
filled.
RTY. I'm just can't win on that one account. And I'm in a crazy MNQ trade
Order filled.
that it was so fast it left my orders, left me in a trade with orders and nothing else. So on my MNQ chart for the minute, hang on one
Order
second.
submitted.
Stop above the VWAP. On the RTY.
Apple shares fall 8.2% after current quarter sales forecast misses Wall Street target. And Coinbase
Looking for a
global shares
test
fall
of the low.
8.1% after company reports
That's what I'm
12
looking
straight
for.
quarterly losses.
A test of the low.
Amazon shares rise 11.9% after the company
Don't know
reports
if I'm going to
strongest
get
cloud
it.
growth in more than 4 years.
MNQ, I don't know if I can get my magnet going for a test of the high
So
here.
Apple shares fall 9%, the biggest drop since April 2025.
It's crazy that the NAS can go for a test of the high and the RTY. Now, the RTY, if it kills me, I'm just going to jump off a bridge. I'm literally going to jump off a bridge.
Order submitted.
Chevron shares up 1.5% after Q2 profit beat.
So just looking for a test of the high on this. And the RTY,
Order filled.
it's a mystery. I don't know
US
if it's going
stocks
to kill
extend
me or
gains,
if
the
it's going to
Nasdaq
work.
up 1%.
It's going to kill me.
ExxonMobil shares dip 1.2% after the company misses Wall Street targets for Q2 profit.
I don't think I want to be in that RTY trade. I may just close it out. I just don't like. There's momentum to the downside, but there's no movement to the downside. It's just not going. I'm trying to be patient, trying to be patient. And the MNQ is just pushing up. Now the Dow, it never came close to the high. It didn't come close. I think we're too far away from the low, however. We're too far away from the low. And the MNQ is just nuts. The MNQ is just nuts. RTY, like I said, we have downward momentum and no price momentum. It's trying and it's not getting there. It's trying. Now it's
Amazon jumps
finally
14% in the biggest one-day
doing it.
gain since November
I don't want to
2022.
give it all up, so I'm putting my stop in the middle of the range. I can't take it anymore. I cannot take it. RTY, we got downward
The Philadelphia
momentum and the
Semiconductor
price
Index
action will
opens
not
5.1%
give up the
higher.
ghost. So I'm expanding the stop just a little more. If we could get, now we have the YM working against us. So the RTY is really just chopping at the bottom of that range. It's crazy. I'd love to see it break the wick. If it breaks that wick, I might trail, right? Break the wick. It broke the wick,
So in 10-minute
trail
time,
to the
expect
top
the
of the
US Chicago
candle.
PMI forecast 56,
And
PRI
now if it
56
takes
spot
me
percent.
out, at least, it made $30, but at least I've done so much damage to this darn account. Come on. Push down, test the low. YM cooperating. MNQ insanity. It's just insane. I just don't think we're going to get a test of the low now because the strength of the MNQ, it's too much. We're too far away from the low here, so I think we'll get chopped out here, but at least it wasn't a loss. I think the idea is good. The problem is the
Order
markets are
filled.
mixed. The markets are mixed at the moment. The markets are mixed. That one account, I have never had so much bad luck trading one account than I've had trading this one brand new funded account. 90% of my trades have been losers. Now, if it goes and tests that low, I'm going to explode. It's going to do it.
Order
It's going
submitted.
to do it. It's going to test this low. Let's go. Now we do have revised university, revised University of Michigan coming up at 10. So we have to get ready for that. That's going to be, I'll turn off my MNQs at the moment. YM really just didn't give us anything that we wanted. Nothing. I'm not going to turn it all off yet. Let's simplify. We'll just remove everything MNQ. All right, MNQ, everything's removed. Putting a gold chart on there. Actually putting an ES chart. Okay, trying to get this test to the low. Now, at least break even, right? Break even. It's really, I'm just not in the right place, really. Not a good entry. I don't like anything about my trade here. RTUI, it's pushing down. Top of the candle. All right, top of the candle. I'll expand the target to the low. Trail a little bit. All right. Break the wick, and I'll trail a little bit more. Break the wick, I'll trail a little bit more. Break the wick, and I'll trail a little bit more. Break the wick.
Order filled.
Look at that, you son of a dog. All right. Well, we made back a couple of hundred. So at least that's a plus. That's a plus. YM really, the problem with the YM, we were impatient. What a surprise. My trading disease. And our VWAP idea was great, but I was too protective of the account. I can live with that. Because there will be another opportunity. Another opportunity. Now, on an RTY magnet, because you had such a bullish day, see, we got out right there. We've left a bunch of ticks on the table. That is, Paul, what do you mean? That is my funded futures for me.
PMI forecast 56.
I don't know. What do you mean? Oh, you feel cursed. It's been, don't get too upset. It's been a brutally difficult trading week. Look at the YM. I'm going to let it fill the short for a test of the low. It's not a big profit, but I think it goes down, tests, enters us for a small exit at the low. Because it's almost given up 300 points. And now, look, you see why there are some bad things about the way I scalp.
Down 0.45%.
Because look, it made the low on the RTY.
Fargo races Apple's
but
target price
it's a little bit tricky. When you saw the move that it made to take our stop out, it was a very an unusual pop that took our stop out. Our stop was not right on top of the current price. It was you know, 10 or 15 ticks and it burst like 15 or 20 ticks and grabbed our stop. Frank, have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. I do think still we're going to get that test. On the ES, we have a DMM for Revised University of Michigan. This is a new setup, so keep that in mind. We've never traded it. We have vetted it. Okay? It's a new vetted setup. It's a breakout for Revised University of Michigan, Michigas, Revised University of Michigan. It's a breakout, and we're going to enter at 9:59:58, and I'm going to go for broke at the end of the day here. Not go for broke. I'm trading both the gold trap and our new ES setup. Now you can trade the micro ES, all right? You know, if you want to do it in a funded account, for instance, not take as much risk that the regular ES has, trade it in a funded account. Trade the micro. 9:59:58 is our trigger. The bracket is 10. Position 1 is a
The
1.
stock Europe
Position
600
2 is a
index
1. That means
erases
one
gains for
contract
trade
for
little
each
change.
bracket. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 30. The YM just did not fill the gap. The stop is 20. Target 1 stop move will do the BE routine. Label it ES breakout. Apply it at the moment. Put the time on 0. We'll check our bracket. I'd probably wait a couple of minutes. We're too close to the open to test that bracket. I mean, we can. It's going to be less volatile. Look at that NQ. It gave up everything. It gave up everything. Now, let's put an ES magnet on the chart.
1 minute remaining.
I'll use a 25 stop on it. What account are we going to trade this in? ES magnet. I think I'll do ES or micro ES in a funded account. I would do micro in a funded because we've never traded this. I just
Spot gold extends losses,
don't
last
have
down
enough
nearly
faith.
2%.
And you can trade micro gold on the gold trap also. All right. You can trade micro gold. So our ES, I'm putting the magnet on. I'll choose my accounts in a minute.
10 seconds.
And I'll put an ES. Oh, Chicago PMI, everybody. Let's watch the market. If you're in a trade, be aware. Chicago PMI is coming out right now.
57 spot 6, 57 spot
It's
6.
it's good.
56.
The news is better than expected. 57.6 versus 56. ES, notice it's really just chopping. YM, chopping. RTY, really not much of a response at the moment yet from that. It's good news. You'd never know it from the YM, and you would not know it from the ES. All right. I'm still waiting for the YM to blast through the low. It's going to test the low.
Treasury
It's the
Secretary Besse
nature.
says look forward to seeing the Bank of Japan Governor Ueda at the G20 Finance. So that was a post on X from Treasury Secretary Besse.
I'm just watching these markets, folks. Now, good news, Chicago PMI,
And
ES, they're
Besso just
going
saying
down,
Japan's economy continues to
RTY
perform well.
continuing down. Really, the feeling is Chicago PMI has not really affected the market. It's not
And
Chicago
Besso says the
PMI
Bank
that's
of
making
Japan
the
has
market go down.
demonstrated commitment to
I
monetary
don't believe.
stability.
All right, so let's get back to our ES. We were going to check the bracket. It's on 0 time. 9:59:58 will be our trigger. Everything's on
And Besso
sim.
says continue to enjoy strong
Chart
relationship with
trader
Japan.
on sim. Spread the chart a little bit. ES breakout.
Order submitted.
All right.
Order
Quite
canceled.
manageable. ES magnet is set up. And our breakout will now put the time 9:59:58. One more time, a bracket of 10. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 30. The stop is 20. And target 1 stop move is BE. I'm not trading it in funded. I'll trade it in eval. Labeled ES breakout. Apply it. Okay it. Put the chart. Looks like the ES is going to make a new low also. Possibly. So we have our breakout. We have our magnet for the ES. Probably should put a reverse continuation on the ES. Click News Trader. Change the breakout to a reverse continue. One position, a 25 target, and a 25 stop. Label it ES reverse continue. Same account as our setups previously, and now we are ready with a reverse continue. If you think the ES is going to test the low, turn on your reverse continue, click short.
Order submitted.
Oh shoot, where am I? Where am I? Where the heck did it trade? Oh, it's in sim, damn it.
Order submitted.
YM just filled short. All right, YM just filled short. Are we going to get that test? Test of the low. Looking for it, looking for it, looking for it. Come on. Test of the low
Order
on the
filled.
YM. We got our test of the low on the
Order
YM.
submitted.
My ES trade, I was in sim because I was testing the darn bracket. Where the heck is that trade? Oh, why is it there? It must have triggered late. That's what happened. That trade triggered late. So there's our test. It's trying to make the low. You could bring your stop to, I don't want to bring the stop. I don't want to get stopped out yet. I'm shrinking my stop though. I'll shrink the stop. It's really choppy, really choppy. It almost got to the low. It's really struggling to get there. It's struggling to get there. I want to get ready for this trade. Let's go. Get there. Our middle YM chart is done. Okay, YM. It worked. My RTYs are done for the moment. Let's go to reverse Michigan, and my ES is going to be a small stop if it goes up and doesn't test the low. A lot of choppy trading this morning. Not easy. Not easy. I really just want out of this. Come on. It won't test the low. It's just chopping around like a banshee. That's my regular eval, no harm done here. RTY not trading on Revise University.
Order
So we're going to
filled.
remove these. Remove RTY. Remove RTY. All right. Our YM. So we have our ES chart for reverse continue. After all the trading we've done this morning, winners, losers, $84 negative on the eval account. It's just crazy. Chop fests everywhere. Chop fests everywhere. Gold trap. All right. Gold trap trade. Change your chart. GC 1226. If you're going to trade
Coinbase extends
micro
drop to a
gold,
session low 12% as revenue disappoints.
use a 40 stop. Okay. Micro gold would be a 40 stop. That's the question. I definitely would not trade this particular gold trap in a funded account. Why? Looking at our spike sheet, our test of this report month after month over month, we had a 50 move in June. We had 89 ticks in May. That's the big problem. That 89 is an anomaly, possibly. Everything else, you got a no fill when it was 28, but everything else, you have to go back a year with ISM, so that doesn't count. Go back a year to August, we had no reversal. But after that, you had a no fill. So you had a few no fills, but everything except one would work with our setup, with our current setup. I've actually got slightly bigger tiers, but it is a lot of risk for a funded account. So what I'll do is trade the gold trap in my eval. Gold trap in the eval. So we're going to get rid of our range trade. We have a reverse continue, one position, 40 and 40 on the targets is fine. Label it GC reverse continue. And that's going to be in our eval. Apply it. We're going to make a gold magnet. Everything stays the same, 40 on the stop. Just label it GC magnet and make sure your account matches the same account you just set up for the reverse continue. And our trap will go on the same account. 959.55. Trigger. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Our stop is 30. Tier 1 is 40. Tier 2 is 75. Label it Trap GC. Same account. All right, 59. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. One contract for each. Our stop is 30. 959.55 on our trigger time. 40 on tier 1. 75 on tier 2. Choose the right account. Apply it.
Just
Okay
a
it.
reminder of
Make
Finance
sure your
Time.
chart
Expecting
trader's on
University
the
of
correct
Michigan
account.
sentiment data for the July period. Forecast is 54.
And we're ready for our gold trap
with a range of
trade.
55
All right,
to
turn it
52.
on first.
Michigan expectations final forecast 53
Magnet
spot
second,
5, prior 54.
reverse
Conditions
continue
final
third.
forecast 54
On
spot
our
6, prior
ES,
54 spot 9. 5-year inflation final forecast 3 spot 3%, prior 3 spot 3%, and 1-year inflation final forecast 4 spot
trading the
3%,
full-blown
prior
ES
4
could
spot
lose
3%.
a couple of $100. It could lose a couple of
Exxon
$100.
CEO expects Hormuz to reopen, but says timing is unclear.
I prefer, so I think I'm looking for the damn clock. This clock has a problem with new Windows updates. It goes behind charts. I haven't had time to mess with AI to fix it. So I'm going to trade MES. I don't want to do serious damage. Well, you know what? I'm going for it. ES, the magnet, we want to put it, we're going to go to account 612. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying. I'm either our testing was really good or I'm in trouble. 612. Oh, you know what? I can't trade a trap trade in that account. Nothing I can do about it. All right. Let's do, I only have 2 minutes. I'm going to try and trade them both in just my regular eval, folks, because I don't want to trade MES. I don't want to trade MES. I may not be able to trade both trades. It may be too many. No, I can't. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, it's MES. I don't want to trade MES. I want to see if the ES works. So on our breakout, I'm in the eval. Okay, that's the way it is. Nothing I can do about it. I don't want to fund. This is not funded. 950, 958, bracket of 10, target of 10, target of 30 for target 2, stop of 20, target 1 stop move is BE. All right, that's our ES breakout. It's already set up correctly. It's in the right account. The magnet should be in the right account. And our reverse continue is in the right account. All right, let's see how it goes. Turn on your ES breakout first, your magnet second, reverse continue third. So we have 2 trades. I might just have too many contracts going in this account. No, I should be okay in this account. So we've got a trap. I've got the news off to the side.
1 minute remaining. Beginning with
All right.
University of Michigan sentiment final.
News off to the side. I'll keep it off to the side. So we'll be managing the trap, which is an expected reversal. So I would prefer for the price to go down on the news and fill me short, because look, gold is down $77 today. All right, that's my preferred direction. On the ES, I'm just looking for a burst on the news. Our last 3 months that we tested had very nice bursts on the news.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Order submitted.
Gold is
Order
frozen.
submitted.
That's very
Order
55
upsetting.
spot 2, 55 spot 2, high in the
The
forecast
ES
at 54.
looks like the
Order
news was
fell.
good. It hit the
55 spot
first
4,
target.
55
It's
spot
going to
4,
back
high in
up
the
and
Order
stop
fell.
us.
spot 5.
Gold
Vision final
froze.
54
Let me
spot
see
8,
if I can
54 spot 8, high
cancel.
in the forecast 54 spot 6. 5-year inflation final 3 spot 3%, 3 spot 3% as expected. 1-year inflation final 4 spot 2%, 4
So
spot
I've
2%.
sent
Doji
a
forecast 4
cancel
spot 3%.
to the platform. It should not have filled, and I'll reboot my platform real fast. That's frozen orders.
Logan says risk to inflation are to the upside and
That's
solid job market
the
is
beauty
strengthening
of
a bit.
prop trading.
Monetary policy is not
Nobody
restraining the
will take
economy and
responsibility
inflation
for
not on
that.
course to the 2% goal. Logan says without any policy restraint,
So
inflation will likely continue to
Ninja,
tread
when
above
you
target
get
until there is
frozen orders,
unanticipated shock. Would
will
have preferred a
sometimes
quarter
still
point
think
rate
it's running.
increase
So
to
right
better
click the
balance
task
outlook and
manager,
risks. And Logan says modest Fed
wait
action in the near term
10
would reduce
seconds
likelihood
for it to
of immediately
populate,
sharper action later.
and make sure there is no Ninja running. All right, and now I should be able to load my Ninja back. So I sent cancel all orders and flatten everything commands. It may not have sent them because the platform might have been frozen on that chart. Let's find out. When you then close everything and reboot, your fake orders, frozen orders, usually are gone, almost always.
We did post out the University of
And the
Michigan
first thing you
final
could do
survey
is go
report
to your
on the theme for
account.
those interested.
Now, sometimes when you get frozen orders, you can't log in. And then there's nothing you can do except load your RTrader Pro. Rhythmic Trader Pro. And check and see if your orders were filled there. Okay? So there's a couple of things I would do. I look at the positions page. And right now I'm not in any positions. All right? I'm not in any positions. I don't have any positions. It should be that everything should be okay. Then I could look at the order history, and I'm not seeing any orders. You can choose the account. Look at the order history, choose the account. That was my 59 account. Now it logged in. I heard it log in. I can go to accounts. There's nothing unrealized, okay? Nothing unrealized. No crazy pricing or disasters on number 58, 59, sorry. All right. Nothing terrible going on there on 59. We made a few dollars on that ES trade. So we're now positive on that eval for the day by $28. The ES, it got filled long on the news. It got filled long on the news. Looking at the news, the inflation 5-year was exactly the same expectations. The 1-year was exactly the same, so that's not bad news. Consumer
UK
expectations,
Finance Minister
impossible
Healey
to
says all
believe
holding
they were
budgets on October
uppish
28th.
a little bit. Consumer sentiment, uppish a little bit. Overall, it was a positive report, although current conditions, teeny bit negative. Nothing terrible. Definitely nothing terrible on that report. But the market, the ES is selling off. That was the problem for a long trade to work. The ES started selling off with a vengeance, after the close, really. 10 minutes after the close, the ES just started selling off. Not a whole lot you can do about that. It mutes a long trade and makes it move
The S&P 500
not
and
very
Dow
well.
turned
And
negative
because that
as
news
Nasdaq
was not
dropped
that bad,
1%
it popped
each.
up long, but we didn't get any follow through. We got enough to hit our first target, which wasn't that big. So that's a plus. That's a plus. All right. What a week, everybody. What a week. All I can say is I didn't do the schedule yet for next week, but next week we have some big events. The jobs report, we've got all the ISMs next week. ADP is next week. Earnings, there's more earnings next week.
The Nasdaq 100 turns negative, reversing gain of as much as
I know
1.2%.
earnings were tough this week. There are still some great earnings trades that I'm really looking forward to. You can't let a couple of bad earnings trades get you soured to trading earnings. We have so many great winning trades and earnings. Any questions? Any questions? Everybody?
According to
No questions? So I'll
SCNT,
see everybody
tariffs
next
are set
week.
to visit Beijing
Have a
in
great
August.
weekend, everyone. And I'll see everybody next week. All right, Francis. Everybody out there on YouTube, thanks for joining us.